Welcome to Cosmic Calm Reflections, a space where the mysteries of the cosmos meet the depth of human reflection. Today, we bring you a case that challenges the limits of belief, a journey that crosses galaxies and returns with powerful messages for humanity. This is the Samuel case, the driver who visited another planet and brought prophecies about the future. In the vast landscape of unexplained phenomena, few stories resonate as deeply as this one. It took place in 1973 in the quiet town of Frutal, in the countryside of Minas Gerais, Brazil. Samuel, a humble truck driver, a married man with 4 children, lived a simple life. His days were consumed by work and his devotion to his family. There was nothing extraordinary about Samuel until the day the extraordinary found him. He had just finished dropping off a group of workers and was heading back home, driving cautiously through the night. That, as when he saw something unusual, what seemed to be a man standing still in the middle of the road. Samuel quickly slowed down, barely managing to stop the truck in time. Confused, he stepped out to see what was going on. What he saw defied logic. Standing before him, with its back turned, was a small being wearing a helmet with antennas and a shiny metallic outfit. When the being turned around, Samuel froze. Its eyes were an intense, almost luminous blue that seemed to radiate light. The figure looked at him and spoke, not with menace, but with calm authority. "Come with me. You are my guest to visit my planet." Though he didn't understand, Samuel felt drawn by an invisible force, as if compelled by a greater will. He followed the being to a discreetly landed ship near the roadside. The entity explained that a small procedure would be required to ensure Samuel wouldn't forget the experience he was about to have. As he stepped into the craft, Samuel felt slightly dizzy. The interior was unlike anything he had ever seen. No wires, no switches, only smooth metallic surfaces, softly lit from within. The being informed him they were traveling to a planet called Argenton, also known as the Golden Planet, located in a distant galaxy, 3 million light years away. And so, the journey began. It was quick, smooth, and silent. During the voyage, the alien explained the nature of their society. Argenton was a place of peace and spiritual evolution, ruled not by power, but by justice, harmony, and respect for life. There, no one harmed another. All beings enjoyed guaranteed rights, and morality was not just a value, it was a way of life. Upon arrival, Samuel was warmly welcomed and invited to participate in a ceremony called the Tradition of the Gods of the Universe. It was a communal celebration, one of deep spiritual meaning. During this gathering, he met a receptionist and a sociologist who shared with him the customs and principles of the planet. Their civilization was built on understanding, compassion, and a deep connection with the divine essence that resides within every being. But the most important part of Samuel's visit was yet to come. He was taken to a private meeting where the inhabitants of Argenton shared their concerns about Earth. They had been observing humanity for centuries and had reached a troubling conclusion. Earth would never become a planetary power. They cited 2 main reasons. First, humanity's repetitive mistakes. Despite centuries of progress, humans continued making the same errors, trapped in cycles of violence, greed, and ignorance. Second, the low level of collective consciousness. Humanity was obsessed with material wealth and power, enslaving nations, hoarding weapons, and poisoning the planet. In their view, This made Earth incompatible with peaceful galactic societies. They shared a deep spiritual truth. The divine could only be found within. Yet, humans had externalized it, misunderstood it, and even weaponized it. The people of Argenton were baffled by Earth's religious contradictions. How could humanity believe that the Creator made an entire universe only for one planet? Then came the warnings, the prophecies meant to be shared with human authorities. Samuel was told that starting in 1997, Earth would enter a dark phase unless serious changes were made. The predictions included São Paulo would suffer devastating floods, overpopulation, and a rise in violent crime. The health system would buckle under extreme heat and pollution caused by unchecked technology. Rio de Janeiro would become the most violent state in Brazil. The military would be called in to fight crime and drug trafficking. Minas Gerais would face severe heat waves, with escalating land conflicts pushing rural communities into chaos. Bahia, the aliens said, was one of the most spiritually indebted regions in the country, plagued by deep social imbalances. Ceará would become highly vulnerable to climate change, forcing its people to fight for the water access. They also revealed that in 1992, Brazil would host a major ecological event, later known as the Earth Summit, or Eco 92, in Rio de Janeiro. Furthermore, scientists would discover 3 planets in our solar system with water, vegetation, and volcanic activity. And perhaps most chilling of all, the aliens warned of the dangers of nuclear testing. They said such experiments could shift Earth's axis, leading to climate chaos, poisoning the oceans, and threatening humanity's access to clean water. With his mission complete, Samuel was brought back. When he stepped off the ship, he felt a strange numbness. He looked around and realized he was back on Earth, exactly where he had started. But something was off. 7 days had passed. Back at home, Samuel documented everything. He wrote a book detailing his journey, the messages he received, and the prophecies that followed. Over the years, many of his predictions came true, including the environmental disasters and the major global summit of 1992. Samuel never claimed fame or wealth. He was a man of conviction, driven by a sense of responsibility to share what he had seen. A simple truck driver who carried the message of a civilization 3 million light years away. Closing narration. Was it all real? Or is this story just another myth in the annals of ufology? Either way, Samuel's account continues to echo across time. It raises a question we must all face. Are we truly ready to embrace a future beyond Earth? Or are we still prisoners of our own destruction? Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey. If you felt moved or intrigued by this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cosmic Calm Reflections. And if you want to dive deeper into this and other remarkable cases, you can find the full story in the book, 14 Impressive Cases of Brazilian and World Ufology, Planets, Civilizations, Messages and Predictions, available now on Amazon. Until next time, stay curious and keep your mind open to the cosmic unknown.